Hello, Mr. Samora here with St. Pius X High School, and we wanted to share a video with you of a map of how traffic will flow at Pius, not only in the mornings when students are dropped off or when students arrive at school, but also throughout the day and how traffic flows through the buildings. It's our hope that this is helpful and that it gives you a better idea of what to expect in the mornings and as you proceed from class to class. So let's start off with the students who drive themselves to school or who ride to school with a sibling that stays here. So that's indicated by these red arrows over here. What we ask is that those students enter from St. Joseph's Drive off of Coors, and then they will turn right here at the very first gate by the baseball field. That will give them access to the parking lot where they will park, and then they will get out of their car. They will make sure that they have their mask on. They will make sure that they've already answered the questions in Dr. Al except for the temperature, and then they will proceed to this entrance right here into St. Francis, which is the #1 building on here. And at this entrance to St. Francis, they will get their temperature taken. They will plug it into Dr. Al, and then as long as everything checks out, they can proceed to class. You'll notice that this traffic flow through this building, once they enter that building, they'll actually exit immediately into the quad, and then they will proceed to class. So those are students who either drive themselves to school and park, or that ride with a sibling to school and park as well. The other group of students that we have are indicated by these green arrows over here. And for those students, what they need to do is their ride needs to come in off of Coors onto Miller Road. And then they will drive around the campus until they get over here at this gate that is in between Science, Assumption, and St. Basil. While still in the car, they will have their temperature taken. They also have to have Dr. Al pulled up and ready to go. All the questions answered except for the temperature question. They need to be in a mask, and their temperature will be taken inside their car. At that point, if their temperature is okay and everything else checks out in Dr. Al, they get out of their car and they go in these gates right here, which will be open. At that point, their ride, if they need to continue traveling on Coors going north, they will pull a U-turn right here, and then they will exit the same way that they came into campus. However, if their desire is to go on Coors and to go south, then instead of making the U-turn here, they will turn right, go around Senior Hill, exit over by the security booth, then they could turn right onto St. Joseph's going west, and then they would be at the stoplight at Coors and St. Joseph, and they could make a safe turn to the left and continue on southward on Coors. So that's how you get onto campus in the morning. How you navigate campus will take from building to building. So the first building that we'll talk about is #1 here, and that's St. Francis. St. Francis has an entrance right here, which is the main entrance that faces east. And that's the way that traffic flows in St. Francis. It goes from east to west. So whether you're going upstairs or downstairs, it still flows east to west. So students will enter through this main east entrance, and then when they're done with class, they can exit out this entrance that goes into the quad, which is on the north side of the building. If a student is late to class or they need to go by the attendance office to check out, that is located right here. That is a single door that goes into a single office, so that is two-way traffic. A student will go in there and check in at the attendance office or check out at the attendance office, and they'll leave through the same door, and there shouldn't be traffic going on there. There should be individual basis. That is St. Francis. The second building over here indicated by the #2 is our gymnasium. For our gymnasium, students will enter into this east door. It's the only door on that side of the building. Traffic flows from east to west. It also flows from south to north. When students are done with their class in the gymnasium, they are asked to exit on this north exit, which is located by Ben Rios Field, and then they will continue around the gymnasium through this gate, and they will be back in the quad and can go to wherever their next classroom is. The third building that we'll talk about is Assumption, indicated by the #3 over here. In Assumption, there are two entrances. You can enter Assumption right over here, which is located on the southwest side, or you can enter Assumption over here and that is located on the northeast side of the building. If you enter in this northeast entrance, all you can do is go straight down that hallway. So if you were going to Miss Lason's class, if you were going to my office, Mr. Samora's office, if you were going to see your counselor, that would be an entrance that you could go in and get to those locations. Otherwise, to access any other part of the building, you need to use this entrance over here on the southwest side of the building. For that entrance, you can come in here, and you'd be able to go to Mr. Howard's room, Mr. McMuriku's, Sister Romero's, Miss Turcotte's, my photography classroom, or Mr. Ramos's computer use classroom. That goes straight through the building that way, and that you can exit that way as well. Or you can turn right and go from west to east and access all the other parts of the building. So all of your downstairs teachers and all of your upstairs teachers as well. This stairwell that's my Miss Brusase's room goes up, and the stairwell over here that's closest to Miss Lason's room or my office goes down. And those are only up there and only down here. So of course, if you came down this stairwell, your only option then is to turn right again in order to exit the building. So that's Assumption. Basil only has one entrance to it. Basil is indicated over here by the number 4, and it can only be entered on the west side of the building. Traffic flows from west to east and from north to south. It's a pretty simple building to navigate. So you can exit the building either through these middle doors here or through these doors over here located on the south side of the building as well. The 5th building is Science. It's another pretty straightforward building. You can only enter on this building, on this entrance that's over here on the southwest side of the building, and you exit on this building, or exit over here on the southeast side of the building, and traffic flows from west to east. Fine Arts is the last building to talk about, and Fine Arts doesn't have a traffic pattern. Whenever students go into class, they should be the only students going in the door because they have to travel from another part of the campus. And whenever students leave the class, before students can actually even get to those doors, they should already be out of those doors and proceeding onto the major part of the campus. That's the traffic flow. That's how it runs through the day in the classroom buildings. That's how you park in the mornings or get dropped off in the mornings. And hopefully this made things simpler for you. It's something that you could go back and watch again if you need to, especially our students who are new to campus this year. I'm very excited about getting to see you, getting to know you, and if you need any help, look for any adult. They'll be wearing the IDs, and we will be more than happy to get you where you need to be or answer any questions that you may have. Upperclassmen who were here last year, I ask that you also help the underclassmen in case they look like they need help going where they're going. Help them to get to those places safely and quickly. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. There's also a frequently asked questions email that's going out to parents that hopefully will answer most of the things that have come up, and maybe there won't be too many surprises that we need to supply answers to in the future. This is a learning process for all of us. We ask for your continued patience as we try to make this the safest place for your students to be, as well as our faculty and staff, and we continue to do the work that we are all so proud of here at Pius. Thank you for your time.